In this session, you will see how AI agents can transform Amazon operations through a real case study. You will see how to map processes, turn SOPs into optimization, and get a first look at agents which are already running. Our guest today is Nate Ginsberg, and before we start with his session, I would like to have Augustus introducing the sponsors of SellerPlex Online.
Thank you, Lisette. So let me introduce the sponsors of this session. The first one is VAA Philippines, provides trained e-commerce virtual assistants for Amazon, Walmart, and other e-commerce sellers. Ecom it's your global Amazon, Walmart, and TikTok growth expert. Exit.io, it's a platform for Amazon FBA buyers, sellers, and investors. Optimo AI by SellerPlex is your Amazon advertising analyst. MerchJar is your AI copilot for Amazon advertising. DataHawk is an enterprise-grade analytics for Amazon and Walmart sellers. And last but not least, VATAi, and international compliance for e-commerce sellers.
And now I'm excited to bring Nate on the stage with me as well. So hello, how are you doing? We're happy to have you here today.
Thank you. Doing good. Excited to be here and share with all the audience and attendees.
Perfect. So Nate, what we usually do before we go into sharing practical information and useful tips with sellers is to get to know the speaker a little bit better. So first thing, could you give us a quick introduction of yourself and also explain what SellerPlex is? You're also one of the sponsors of today's event, and how do you usually help Amazon sellers?
Yeah, so my name is Nate Ginsberg. I started selling on Amazon myself in 2015. And yeah, was selling myself, was building my brands, and then had an opportunity and sold my brands in 2017, but I kept my team. And so I'd always been good with team and recruiting, and had a really good, a small but good team that was supporting my business, and then started offering services with that team that has expanded to become now SellerPlex. And we'll get more into it in the presentation, but SellerPlex is a full service agency. But in the last year, we've been disrupting ourselves to build AI agents to basically, take over as much of the day-to-day manual workloads that our team is doing. And so that is the direction that we're going in, and excited to share more about that once we get into the presentation.
Very cool. So we're going to get a little sneak peek into what you're usually up to. So Nate, you can now prepare to start presenting. And while you do so, I wanted to remind all of the viewers watching us live today, if you have any questions about AI agents or whatever Nate is sharing with us, then leave them to the chat, because we're going to later ask Nate to answer those after he finishes presenting. If you learned something new, something useful, also like this video to show support to us. And if you're not yet a subscriber of Orange Klik YouTube channel, I would recommend to do that as well, to go ahead and subscribe, because then you will see such useful videos also in the future, which we record with different Amazon experts. And Nate now is ready to present, so let's go.
All right. Can you see me okay?
Yes, we see you perfectly.
All right. So yeah, AI agents for Amazon, a case study in automating the future. I am Nate Ginsberg from SellerPlex, and if anyone wants to connect with me personally, you can add me on socials anywhere. So, all right. So the story kicks off a year ago when, like many of you, I'm sure, was noticing how fast AI was advancing and new tools being launched. And, I remember I just had this strike of insight of just seeing where things were going, and, more agents and automations that were doing, able to do more and more things. And I was thinking about the different things that we do at SellerPlex, and it really just hit me that it it wasn't a question of if AI and AI agents were going to disrupt our services. It was a matter of when this was going to happen. And so, as I was sort of sitting with this, pretty uncomfortable realization, I came to the conclusion that if I don't want to be disrupted, the best thing that I can do is disrupt myself. And, on one hand, this was an aha moment to kick off this whole agent building automation journey. And, also this has been, that was pretty scary, of a realization of just that, like, the world is changing. The way that we do business is changing. The way that online and e-commerce and Amazon and all these types of businesses operate is changing. And, it felt very clear that if we didn't adapt and disrupt ourselves, then, the business might not be around in the future. So from there, before that, just really quick to share a little bit about SellerPlex. We talked a bit in the intro, but I founded SellerPlex in 2018 after I sold my own Amazon business. We are a full service agency supporting Amazon and e-commerce brands. The core services are PPC, advertising, supply chain management, and then account and listing management, and working with mostly 7 and 8 figure sellers to grow profitably while reducing operational stress. So like I mentioned, SellerPlex, as well as, I think this is applicable to really any Amazon brand. The core functions and departments, you've got the PPC advertising, and there's the different tasks that go into that for campaign optimization, keyword research, bid management, setting up the structure of the campaigns, analyzing the performance. On supply chain, you have inventory forecasting, coordinating with suppliers. The goal, you want efficient inventory to order enough to stay in stock, but not too much that you're eating up cash flow. And then you have the account and listing management. So these are things, listing optimizations, as well as, compliance, listing notifications, performance notifications, making sure that your listings and account is in good standing. And if something happens, something goes down, responding to it to get it back up as quickly as possible. So, at a high level, this is what SellerPlex organization does. And, for individual brand owners, I would imagine the business is, broken up into similar departments. So again, about a year ago, had this strategic choice. Do we kind of wait and see what's going to happen in terms of, disruption in AI development? Or do we become proactive and really, take control and disrupt ourselves? And, this was a big decision because, and even to this day, like the current business model is working. But the thinking is that we want to, be in front of this, build these AI capabilities before we need them, and, turn that into an actually competitive advantage. We can be early to market to, present these new, I think like better, higher quality solutions, that becomes an opportunity. So, how do we do this? So we had this vision, we just wanted to move forward. The first part was getting the right people in place. And so, SellerPlex has dozens of people all over the world that, are very expert in what they do, from the PPC, supply chain, account management, listing management. None of them know how to build AI agents. And so we had the vision, but the first step was getting the team, or starting to build the team. And so fortunately, we have a really strong recruiting department, which kicked off the search to start building this AI development team. Fast forward, honestly, this took a long time to get the right people or first person to lead the department. finally, we found someone who's been an incredible fit that we've been able to build around. But yeah, I'd say this part of the process, honestly, it probably took, I mean, maybe the better part of like 4 to 6 months to really like get this person from where like, all right, we want to do this to, all right, we have the right person to do this with. And that came with trial and error. You know, we tried moving some of these things forward with some other people that didn't turn out to be the right fit. Anyway, the point is big learning curve around getting the right team in place, but that's of course step one, which we were successfully able to do to kick that off earlier this year. Now, the next stage in the project was really mapping out all the processes around what the team is currently doing manually across all the departments. And so this was a very, very big project. So again, going through our different departments, PPC, supply chain, account management, and putting together a spreadsheet that would detail the different like specific tasks that the team member in that department was doing, how much time it was taking up, how complicated it would be to automate, and you know, prioritizing based off that. And so, yeah, so here's a little more detail around that. And so yeah, it turned into this massive, you know, cross department, you know, exploratory project going through by PPC department, supply chain department, account management department, you know, listing out again what the like task description was, and then you know, details around, you know, how to do it. But then it was also like scoring them based on how long it would take, like how much time it takes the team, as well as how difficult it would be to build that, you know, agent automation. And so, I mean, here's just some examples you see from the customer service department. And yeah, it's just like a part of the sheet. And so here's a little bit more that you can see around the, this is under the account management, but you know, we have the service category, how often they're doing it, detailed task description, the procedure, how to do it, you know, how manual, how automated, how much time it takes per week. Then there's, you know, not showing on the screenshot is then also scored in terms of, you know, how difficult that would be to build an AI agent automation around. So once we completed that project, we got to work. And so this was, you know, really the getting into the building phase for these agents. And this has been a massive project. I mean, I say we've probably been in this phase since around March. And so this has been hundreds of hours of development time, plus, and crucially, you know, feedback and back and forth from the SellerPlex team with our developers, you know, giving feedback on the product and giving input and insight to help, you know, train the LLMs and, you know, really be able to build something that like one, our team is going to be able to use, and, you know, two, that will be valuable to, you know, to other sellers. And so as this process has been going, you know, this has been really, really like the key has been the building with feedback. And so, you know, we're in a bit of a unique situation where we're building the tech, we have the developers, but we're also the practitioners, we're the operators. You know, I have, you know, team that, you know, day in, day out, they're the experts. They're doing these things on the PPC side, on the supply chain side, on the account management side. So, you know, being able to blend those two together, I think really gives, you know, is what has enabled us to, you know, build these agents and move them forward in a way that like we're, you know, confident in their usability and in the the value that they're going to bring, because, we're really building this. The first use case is ourselves and automating our agency, increasing our capacity, increasing our deliverables, increasing the quality of our work. And so if we are able to, build these agents in a way that they give us, internally a positive lift, then that's a pretty good, value indicator that, clients will get value from that as well. So fast forward, and we have introducing the core of the agent suite. And these are 4 agents that work together to cover the scope that SellerPlex does. And so we'll get into these more in a second, but we've got Ecom Brain, which is the intelligence data warehouse backend that powers all the agents. We've got Sybil, the supply chain management, machine learning powered forecasting, reorder forecasting agent. We've got Optimo, the star PPC analyst, and we have Valkyrie on the account health listing monitoring side of the business. And so it all started and starts with Ecom Brain. So Ecom Brain is like the central intelligence that powers everything. And so Ecom Brain is powered by at the moment all of your Amazon data. So PPC data, your inventory data, your account data, your listing data, and it's all collected and organized in the Brain backend that then we use and the other agents plug into that power all their functionality is based off of this backend data. And so this is the foundation that makes all the agents run. And right now it's connected to all the Amazon data, but the roadmap and vision is going to be to plug in more data. So Meta ads, Google ads, Shopify, like these are all data streams that it's built in a way to be able to incorporate more of this data as we continue to build. And so the more data, the more functionality and intelligence that we'll have to continue to build agents on top of that to be more and more wide-reaching and powerful. So first, we have Valkyrie, the account health guardian. Just really, you can think about it like a listing catalog manager. And so this Valkyrie, the first core functionality is really around a lot of like listing and policy, performance notification tracking, buy box tracking, as well as you'll get alerts for any SKUs that get flagged. And so a cool thing about Valkyrie as well as the other agents, and this is just a brief screenshot. It's a lot cooler in the actual agents will be a lot cooler, but they are living in Slack. And so you can really think of them as like they're a part of your team. They live in Slack. And so this is just a quick screenshot of like a daily Amazon account listing report. And, you can see there's a little bit of information here. There's an full extended report that, is also viewable. But what's really cool about it is that you can talk to it like a team member. So you can say like, hey, like, what's the issue with this ASIN? It can even like proactively, if there's an issue, it can proactively, draft performance or draft the plan of actions for to send to Amazon. So it's all very interactive and living in Slack. There's also another platform where you can access and talk to them if they're not in Slack, but we meant to build these in a way that are as easy to use as possible and that can really integrate into your team. So next we have Sybil, which is the forecasting and inventory agent. So this is machine learning powered predictive intelligence for supply chain. And so this is going to predict your future sales velocity using the data from Ecom Brain, and will do demand forecasting, tell you when to reorder with, as well as, alerts for low stock, delayed POs, disruptions. And I mean, this is, and we've tracked this again. So like the core functionality of, telling you when to reorder, how much to reorder, we've tracked Sybil's machine learning powered recommendations and suggestions versus what our team has and does use for the last, 6+ years. And, Sybil has a higher level of accuracy. And so, we're really, a lot of data has, fed, and we've trained this on a ton of data that, at least in our tests, it is even more accurate than what the team currently does, manually. And so we're really excited about that. And, some directions that this is going that I think is really, really cool and exciting is because all these agents are synced together through Ecom Brain and they all are able to interact with each other. In the future roadmap, there'll be ways to calibrate like ad budgets based off of your inventory levels. And so, ads can get adjusted, bids going up or down or budgets up or down based off of, how much inventory you have and, what things you want to push or slow down on. And, doing all this in a way that's like, dynamic. And so I think that's one of the future features that's going to be really, really cool. So, all right. Now I want to talk to you about the most exciting and the lead agent, the one that will be first to be ready. And this is Optimo. So Optimo is superior ad analysis. And, we trained Optimo on, millions and millions of dollars of ad spend from, SellerPlex accounts. And, as well as this is built by, our team of expert PPC analysts that are managing multi-million-dollar budgets. It's like that knowledge is what we've, built and trained Optimo on. So not only does it have all the data, we also have the team's expert analysis programmed in to make something that honestly it's smarter than expert level manual analysis. In addition, it's available 24/7 to highlight opportunities, answer questions, and provide insights instantly. Again, this the core place that Optimo lives is in Slack. So you can think about it like a super expert level ad analyst that's available 24/7, responds immediately to your questions, and can do crazy level analysis in seconds. And so at the core, this will help you identify cut wasted spend to save money, where to double down on to scale winning campaigns, drive more sales. And we're really excited about this. This we really see as elevating the game. Again, with like all the data plus what our team is trained it on, it's really, really powerful. So one of the ways that you'll be able to interact with Optimo, or one of the things that we've been programming is, a daily pulse update. And so here's just a screenshot of a version of the daily update that you'll get in Slack. So again, you can think about this really like a team member. And so you'll get a daily update with metrics that, matter. This is the like slim down, and then there's an extended, a much more extended dashboard that, gets updated daily that you can, click into. But you can see some of the things here. It'll show you where you can cut wasted spend, where to increase budget, increase bids, and again, this is something that you can, you can talk to. You'd be like, hey, like, tell me more about that, or why is that going down, or what's happening there. It's very interactive and really like a team member in Slack. So here you can see, this is, just an example of a query. So based on sponsored product data from the last 14 days, analyze spend, sales, ROAS, ACOS, CTR, CVR by campaign, apply the filters, spent more than $200, ACOS over 50, and list the top 10 budget waste cases and recommend whether to pause, lower bids, or add negatives. Present the results in a table with blah, blah, blah. And so you can see, so this was a query, a question that, in seconds, Optimo is able to complete this analysis, identify wasted spend, and really give you, like whatever data you want to know, you can just ask. And we're also building it, again, this is like a lot of the value is like the pre-programmed questions, and teaching the LLM like what questions to ask, which ones are valuable. And so yeah, again, this is just like a sample. The beta is almost ready, so it's even gonna, there's still some this isn't exactly what it's gonna be. It's gonna be better than this, but yeah, just to give you an idea so that you can see of like what ways you'll be able to use it. Any question you want, you can ask. You can dive down deeper on anything, just like you're talking to a team member in Slack. So where are we today? About 1 year into this journey, the development team has grown to 3.5 developers, and we're actively looking to add to that. We're expanding the team to accelerate, more builds, more features. Ecom Brain and Optimo are ready for beta launch in the next week, which we are so excited about. Sybil and Valkyrie will be V1, will be shipping in October. And, we've made significant progress, but all of these that are shipped is just going to be V1 into beta. Our team is starting to use it, and as things become available, our team is using it. Our team's providing feedback, and we're going to open it up to, more sellers to start using, giving feedback, so we can continue to build and improve all the agents to just make them as useful and valuable as possible. So when it comes to SellerPlex, and this has been a big topic for our team, is really the future of our agency is becoming an AI first agency. So what does that mean? And we see this as the way that, really, I think all agencies and all businesses are really going to become, is this, AI first. So, Toby, the CEO of Shopify, came out with this big letter. This was earlier this year, around how Shopify was becoming an AI first company. And, we are modeling after that to become, just really see ourselves as an AI first agency business company. So what does that mean? That means that, we're building these core AI powered tools that are going to do the bulk of the heavy lifting. So the PPC analysis, decision making, it analyzes campaigns, decides what tweaks to make, communicates amazingly. On the supply chain side, on the reordering, future features, this is actually going to be able to interact and follow up with shipments. It'll plug in with your suppliers, with your freight forwarders, and the account management side. It's not only just the performance notifications, listing notifications. It'll really be able to take over a vast majority of the manual work that's currently being done. But that's, AI isn't yet at a place where that can run everything, and that's okay. The way, like the AI powered cores for the services are going to be able to do these things at like a very high level, do what they can do at a very high level. And, we still have our core human team that is going to be able to provide oversight, to, help our clients get maximum value from the agents, as well as fill in the gaps, because it's yeah, there are gaps, and the agents are very powerful. They can do a lot of things, but they're not yet able to do everything. And so, this provides an opportunity for our team to level up, work on the higher level strategy and overseeing, and free up a lot of their time to make us more efficient, be able to work with more clients. And yeah, we really see this as like the winning model of, it's not, I mean, the core of the services are going to be powered by AI, and we still have our team on top of it to, make sure our clients get the most value, add that human layer, fill in other gaps in support, as well as, still have that, the human, the relationships. And so, where do we see the future of, Amazon sellers? We see these agents enabling sellers to, run better businesses. They're going to have superior PPC, smarter supply chains, more efficient inventory, better cash flow, better account management. Things are just going to be caught faster and responded to faster. And, we see a lot of, just like SellerPlex, we see as core AI with, human oversight. We really see the opportunity for a lot of sellers to, supplement to really condense their teams to have like, one or a few types of higher level managers that are also overseeing their own AI tools. And in doing this, we really see the direction. I mean, this is going to allow you to drive more sales, waste less money with better ad management. You're going to be more efficient with your inventory and reorders and cash flow, and as well as, just higher quality, catalog management. And again, all this will be available for sellers at, getting this AI layer will be at the fraction of a cost of, traditional operations with higher level of service. So, lead the future, win the future. We really see the direction that all this is going is, it's going to be, crucial, fundamental to be, leveling up your operations with the use of AI powered tools. We really see this as the future of not just Amazon, but e-commerce and really, all businesses. And, we've been investing heavily in building this. For anybody that is interested in becoming a beta user, wants to play with the agents, wants to give us feedback, you can opt in and find out more when we launch at get.sellerplex.com/agents. Plus, we will be sharing a ton of our SOPs. I talked about that, the sheet that we use to map out all of our processes. And, we'll be sharing a version of that with, just a ton of SOPs that you can use to get value from that now, give them to your team. Do whatever you want with them. But, we hope that you get value there. We're excited to share these agents with you for anyone that's interested. And if you want to reach me, I'm again at Nate Ginsburg or nate@sellerplex.com. Thank you.
Perfect, Nate. Thank you so much for your presentation. It was very interesting to hear what you have been working on, and also now how you can help other sellers also to set up these AI agents. So before we go to the questions, Nate, I would like to introduce the VIP package we have put together for SellerFest Online participants. It's a package with additional 20 advanced expositions, which are available only for you if you get this package. These are not available anywhere for free. And you're going to have lifetime access to those. So you can learn more about different topics that are right now very important for Amazon sellers. And we also wanted to make this package really useful and valuable for you. So we included 2 different bonuses. And first of the bonuses is recordings from European Seller Conference 2024, which is the biggest yearly event Orange Klik is organizing. So you're going to have an access to all of the speakers' presentations, and you can learn from the best experts in the world. The second bonus material comes from Brandon Young. It's an exclusive masterclass about product discovery, validation, and AI design. It consists of more than 30 different lessons, and usually Brandon sells it for $500. So it's definitely a really great deal to get it within the VIP package. And as I said, we also have all of those 20 additional recordings there as well. And Brent from SellerPlex actually provided us a video about how to create winning audiences with Amazon Marketing Cloud. Brent has been on our channel numerous times, and he has been working with Amazon Marketing Cloud and the data already a long time, and also with the audiences. So from his presentation, you can learn everything about that. So definitely a valuable thing to have in addition to all of the other sessions. So Nate, let's now take some questions which we have for you. So let me bring up the first question. So how do you connect AI agents to your Amazon data in a secure way?
Yeah, so that has been a huge, part of the project. And this was all like, this is getting into, data science and data warehousing. And, this was all new to me. And I mean, I'm not the expert here, but fortunately, have people on the team that are. And so, yeah, I mean, really it comes down to like a huge part of the project and, complexity and challenge is, addressing that specifically. And so, I mean, I'm not so technical, so yeah, I'm not able to like answer technical details, but it comes down to like the whole, data warehouse architecture, which, for us, like that was a huge portion of, getting this getting the whole, that's like the whole foundation of, powering this and yeah. So, I mean, I can like, if you have kind of more specific stuff, I can ping my team and find out, but yeah, kind of at a high level, that's,
Okay, very good. Yeah, of course. And if you're watching this video, you can also later leave questions as comments below, because then we can ask Nate or any team members of SellerPlex to come back to the video and also answer those. So another question would be, are you aware what are any risks that sellers should watch out when giving agents more autonomy when working with them?
Yeah, so good question. And that's why, at least for the time being, we really think the ideal dynamic is like agent insight with human oversight. And so, for example, on the, for Optimo on the PPC side, it's built right now to give you, insight, analysis, and specific like actionable recommendations, increase budget here, decrease budget here, increase bids. But then also it's like, I mean, and we're a lot of work is going in to make sure that the recommendations are obviously good and the data's right, and like there's a whole lot of stuff in the development to prevent it from hallucinating. But that said, it's like that's also why having still that human oversight, it's not at a point where it's not just like, okay, boom, one click and then go do all these things, but so still having that human layer to review the changes, go in, actually like, look at the campaigns, add things, is where I think things are, at least where they are now, and how people can get the most value as well as, avoid, issues.
Okay. And you mentioned Optimo. Let me bring out one question. So maybe you can clarify once more, what's the main role of Optimo? A viewer is asking, for example, is it helpful to find new products to sell? So maybe you can even go over all of the main ones.
Yeah. So it is, so core current functionality is not around identifying new products. The core functionality of Optimo, you could think of it as, so, okay, when we think of like, so it's a PPC analyst. And so what does that do? Number one, it analyzes data. So we have like pre-programmed analysis in these daily reports that, you'll get sent just like you would from a PPC manager, hey, good morning, here's some updates, but programmed in, programmed in this, these dashboards that you get. So it does analysis, it identifies opportunities. And so also programmed in is to find like, where to optimize campaigns, adjust bids, even stuff on like the campaign structure. And so, and one thing that's cool about it is that we're programming in like different strategies depending on what, depending on what you want to do. So if you want to be more aggressive, less aggressive, like you can, we're having our team program different, approaches to PPC management that you could then choose. And so and then we'll make specific recommendations around, how to adjust bids, how to adjust budgets, up, down, wasted spend, where you can drive more sales. So it does analysis, it does recommendation, it does, what actions to take, recommendations. And then it also, is an amazing communicator. And so you can think of it, it's like you'll be talking to, it's like if ChatGPT had access to, all of your, was plugged into the Amazon API and all your data. And then, you're talking to it and it's, but also it's pre-programmed as this like expert ad analyst. But then you can ask it questions. It says like, oh, hey, you should do this, or here's what I saw. So, oh, like, tell me more about that. Or like, oh, like, what about, campaigns that fit this kind of parameter. And then it just like, it's always available, responds instantly. And so, and it can like, it can do a lot on the communication side. And you can be like, hey, like, I want to see the, top 5 selling ASINs from the last 6 months, organic versus paid sales. And it can just like, create visualization. So that's, another functionality is that you can create really any type of like, data visualizations. It also does, which like is cool. So if whatever you want to see, it'll show you in a, table, in charts, in this. I mean, it's very good at that as well. And it's just available, on demand 24/7 and, can respond to even like high level, very like niche, analysis in, seconds.
Okay, very good. We also put the link to Optimo to the chat, but you're going to also find it from the video description below. So we encourage you to learn more about it and hopefully also to test it out to see if it's a good fit for your business as well. So Nate, I'm super happy that you took the time to join us today and also share what you're doing and which could also be helpful for other Amazon sellers out there. We're going to have all the details of SellerPlex in the video description. And thank you very much. And I hope to see you soon again on our channel.
Yes, thanks for having me. Anyone's interested, have questions, just feel free to reach out. Would love to share more in chat.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And now I would like to invite you to watch another video where you will learn more about AI agents and how you can use them for your Amazon business.